my name is John Burke, aka Social Ruin. Today I'm going to be your guide to a greater understanding of Virtua Fighter 5 and one brave, shattered fighter, Lei Fei. To many, Lei Fei is a mystery, a beast, a foil, a headache, and, to put it simply, a monster. A case in point, here are some actual messages that I've received following fights. I'm going to leave them anonymous to avoid detracting from my purpose. If you would, just take a second to read these. I definitely see where people's frustrations with playing Lei Fei comes from, but to them I can only reply. I have never saw a wild thing sorry for itself. A small bird will drop frozen dead from a bough without ever having felt sorry for itself. D.H. Lawrence, Self-Pity. To give you something to look at while I preview what I'm going to do here, I provide some footage of me playing Boris of Wells and then SMB as Pi. For those who partake in this journey with me, you will come to understand Lei Fei better. You will see that he is not only fangs and claws, sabaki and stagger and juggle. No, he is a shattered soul with a mortal heart. What is this journey? For a long time now, I've had the desire to help people gain a better understanding of how to play versus Lei Fei. This has mostly been manifest in brief conversations via voice chat or more commonly through the Xbox Live Messenger and private messages through the VFDC website. And while I hope I have been helpful to at least a few who have reached out to me, I feel that a written message has difficulty adequately preparing us for real play. While informative, it does not go deep enough. It is this belief that has led me to the conclusion that I'd like to make a set of instructional videos on how to defend and attack Lei Fei. From the outset, I feel like this is a monumental task, and I cannot guarantee I'll ever have a definitive answer. Also, I plan to do this so long as it stays enjoyable. I do have high hopes for this project, as I've recently become the owner of much free time. In the least, I've committed myself to addressing 4 of Lei Fei's major defining characteristics. What I have outlined so far, in no particular order. Lei Fei's punch-punch-punch mix-ups. Simply the mix-ups Lei Fei has following punch-punch-punch, the best way to defend those. Lei Fei, an unnatural advantage. Exploring Lei Fei's vast array of moves that leave him with an advantage on block. Lei Fei, his strength is his weakness. The most important factor when fighting him is knowing how to attack the deficiencies of his stances. Lei Fei's wake-up game. Lei Fei has powerful wake-up options. There are several stance-based options that are easy to avoid if you know what to look for. Also, I've asked many to suggest ideas, to ask questions about what they have difficulty with. I'd love to get further feedback on this. I'm hoping as I do these pieces, maybe the participation will come with it. One of the things that originally prevented me from tackling this project was the question of what format to use. Naturally, using iMovie on my MacBook and uploading to YouTube was a lock. Past that, I didn't really know what medium to use. Eventually, what I've decided upon is what you're watching now. It's a documentary, satire, perhaps even a mockumentary, given that I'm not that strong of a player. Comedy, to be sure. Basically, I want to bring some very tangible ideas on how to deal with Lei Fei, but I don't want to take myself too seriously while doing so. If you watch this and think, well, that's corny, well, it's kind of intended to be. Hell, look at the intro to this thing. If you think, that's cool, then thanks. I obviously hoped something here would turn out cool, but I knew that I'd just have to wait and see if that happened. If you think it's stupid, you're probably right there as well. Honestly, I'll just be happy if some people enjoy this, and look forward to it, and learn a little of the riddle that is Lei Fei. I don't really have a timetable for when each installment will be out. I'm optimistic that I could knock out the first few somewhat quickly, but as we all know, a lot of times life happens, and it comes before VF5. I'm going to conservatively say the first video should be out by August 20th, but I don't see any reasons why it couldn't come out much sooner. I sincerely hope those who view this will like it and learn something from it. The nuts and bolts will be pretty straightforward. I'll grab a topic, cut and splice some useful video to it, and ideally I'm going to sync up voiceovers to the video so that I can explain it in real time. What I feel are viable, powerful, safe options to counter Lei Fei's setups and defend against them. I can't promise I'll always have the best answer to every setup, but I can definitely shed some light on what gives me problems, how my opponents effectively deal with them when I'm using Lei Fei. And I'm sure the know-it-alls will come out of the woodwork, so I'll just throw this disclaimer out here now. I know I'm not great at the game, I realize that. I'm doing my best. And feel free to make your own set of instructional videos addressing your best strategies for fighting Lei Fei if mine aren't sufficient. Smiley face. In closing, you need not hate the monk. Do not chase him with pitchforks and torches. Nay, brand him false with knowledge. Expose his soul with cold, ruthless, merciless logic. See? Corny, huh? More appropriately, do not fear the monster. I will end this with the indelible words of Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed effort to convert retreat into advance. In every dark hour of our national life, a leadership of frankness and of vigor has met with that understanding and support of the people themselves, which is essential to victory.